President Trump is going to the Middle East this weekend. Obviously, there is now a ceasefire in place. The IDF troops are pulling back. People are returning to Gaza. Do you believe the president deserves credit for brokering the ceasefire?
You know, I'll say that the news of a ceasefire leaves me with hope, the images of children celebrating, and I pray that it is lasting. I pray that it delivers peace. And I think that the question of praise should come in the enforcement of this ceasefire, because what this agreement can never do is erase what the last few years of tragedy have been for so many, whether it be Hamas's horrific war crime of October 7th or the Israeli government's genocide of Palestinians since. And what we are talking about is no agreement can bring back the rubble or make it whole. It can bring back entire bloodlines that have been erased. It can bring back hostages that died in captivity. And so we continue to both mourn and remember what has occurred and hope that the future will look far different than it.
So at what point would you decide that he does deserve credit for it?
If the genocide ends, then I think that's something worthy to be praised. And if the hostages are returned, those things together have to be done in tandem.
So you think maybe in a week after you see if the hostages are returned, the fighting is continued to have ceased, that then maybe at that point you would give him credit for this?
I think if it sustains, yes. And the fact of the matter is that the hostage families themselves...
Chad, isn't that bad of a take? Why y'all mad? Chatters are mad for understandable reasons, because he's presenting a blanket symmetry between Israel's actions, and it's something that if he wasn't running for office, this is not something that he would have done. It's just because it's just not, there is no, it's incorrect. There is no symmetry. He is burnifying in real time, it seems. And I think it's unnecessary. The reality of the matter is, if Zohran's starting point was like this kind of position on this issue, I'd probably be less critical. I'd be like, yeah, great. He's bold. He's brave. He's speaking to the truth about the genocide. The reason why I'm more critical is because like two reasons. Okay. Number one, that's not his starting position. That's not his starting position. Like he knows better. His dad knows better. But also right now, this very moment is perhaps the worst moment to do this. You are in an incredibly unique position to push the boundaries, to push and expand the permission structure and hopefully bring it closer to the truth, because you have maximum leverage. And it's not something that I think people would punish you over, but I will say it is clear to me from everything that I have seen, regardless of the expansion of the Overton window, regardless of the Overton window shifting closer and closer to the reality and the recognition of the reality that Israel has done a genocide and this is completely unsustainable, and there must be some kind of decoupling from Israel, regardless of the reality that most Americans are so much more open to that position. And Zohran himself, with his platform of national prominence during the fucking primary debates, actually helped prove that the time for politicians to make bold statements about the true nature of Israel's conduct. I think he's playing this as secure as he possibly can. That's it. I think he is trying to moderate his position at a time when he does not need to at all. I still like Zohran, and I think he's the best option for New York City, but he doesn't need to be saying all this in every interview. Yeah. I think I will go so far as to say, due to his own expansion of the permission structure, when he was bold and was courageous, he literally does not need to have a level of restraint in these conversations now. Brother, you played a role in proving to the rest of the country's politicos that you don't have to fucking constantly eat Israel's to get a fucking word in, you know? This is a time, a unique opportunity to continue just saying the truth, because it's not like my demand is not for Zohran to lie or to fucking be super radical or anything. It's just to say the truth. This is super cope take, but I think he has to frame it this way because he will be asked about both sides anyway, and he can get it out of the way to focus on more affordability. No, I think he's trying to play it as safe as he possibly can.
Said everyone for everyone. They reminded us of the universality of what a resolution could look like, and we have to ensure.
The Democratic Party is never going to become the anti-Zionist party. They literally armed and financed the Gaza genocide in 2023 and continue to do so. I mean, yeah, I understand why you're saying this. I don't disagree with you. It's just my goal here should be to force the hand of the party into becoming that. Okay? You just can't give up. There is no other alternative then, right?
That there's a universality in the delivery and the enforcement of a ceasefire so that we can actually build a peaceful future as opposed to one that elides over the injustice that's become a constant.
I ask because I spoke to a Palestinian American.
Guys, it's not playing it unsafe if he's like 2 years of genocide. Donald Trump is responsible for it. If a final cessation of hostilities actually takes place, we must examine how we got there and why previous administrations failed to do so. Having said that, it's not even unsafe to just be like, no, my focus is on re-examining our relationship with this country that has done untold amounts of pain with our tax dollars and demands more every step of the way. That's something you can say right now. And not only is it something you can say right now, you can literally say that and see benefits from it, which is something that I never thought I would see in my lifetime. Do you understand? We should never, ever in a million years allow the likes of Marjorie Taylor Greene at any point to outflank prominent anti-Zionists who are running to the left flank of American politics. Like, think about it. We are watching Marjorie Taylor Greene become like a prominent voice. That's unacceptable, I think. That is so unacceptable. Like, Democrats need to wake the fuck up, dude.
Last night, we've had him on the show multiple times. He has a lot of family living in Gaza, has a lot of family that was killed in Gaza over the last 2 years. He said that this ceasefire gave him hope in a way that he hasn't felt in 2 years. He had called many times, ceasefire now, repeatedly since October 7th. And there is a ceasefire in place now.
Yes, and what I'm saying is that I want it to last. And I think that the praise comes when it is delivered. And there's a lot of news about it. The images are incredible of seeing these children celebrating. And I want to make sure that it is something lasting. But I do think this is what people have been hoping for. It's just that there have been so many false starts along the way. And we have to deliver this. And I'll tell you.
It's like, why won't you praise Donald Trump for bringing about a ceasefire? Way better examples. I'm not going to praise Putin for ending the Ukraine war. Okay, that's actually... You're not wrong. That is a better example.
As someone who's looking to be the mayor of the city, to represent this city, my responsibility is to this city. And recently I was speaking with a Palestinian New Yorker who told me how he'd spent decades saving up to build a house in Gaza and how it was destroyed by the Israeli military in just one drop of a bomb, and how his son and his daughter-in-law live in Gaza today with their grandchildren. And how his son called him the other week and said, he gave the phone to his grandkid, and the grandkid said, "I'm hungry." And this man told me I couldn't do anything for him. I couldn't send him anything. And so the news at the prospect of that child being able to eat, that family being able to live a life of safety, that is news that fills me with hope. I just want to make sure that it's real.
Zohran Mamdani, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate
that family being able to live a life of safety, that is news that fills me with hope. I just want to make sure that it's real.
Zohran Mamdani, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate